Hello, my name's Tosh, and today I'm going to talk a wee bit about scales. One scale in particular, it's a kind of bass or rock and roll, I think anyway. It's the pentatonic scale. Right, now scales are they're a series of notes that will go up in a certain order, right? I'm not huge on theory. I know some stuff, I know enough to get by, but I know that when I first learned the pentatonic scale, it was a bit of a game changer. Like, it was a real eye opener. So it's called a pentatonic because it's based around 5 notes. In the same way with the bar chords and stuff like that, it's a shape. So if you just learn the shape or you learn the pattern, everything else will be fine, right? Your pentatonic scale starts like this. We're going to start in the A, which is the 5th fret on the top string. And we're going to put a finger there, and we're going to try and use our pinky rather than using this finger, right? Now the reason for that is eventually, if you're playing like this, there might be some things that you'll find more difficult. You're better kind of ploughing your way through this hard bit of using your pinky now than trying to do it later on, okay? So try and keep it like this, the same way when we're doing our chromatic warm-ups and stuff. 4 fingers, 1 finger per fret. And we're going to go on the 5th fret, then the 7th fret on the top string. Then you're going to drop down. Did I say 7th? I meant 8th. You're going to go from the 5th fret to the 8th fret on your top string. Then you're going to go down. This finger's going to be continuing all the way down on this fret. It's more your ring finger and your pinky that's going to come into play here. And you're going to go 5, 5th fret in the A, 7th fret in the A. Then you're going to drop down again, you're going to do 5th fret in the D. Now that's your 5 notes. Everything else is just a repeat of those notes. So if you want to get technical, that'll be A, C, D, E, G, and then you're back to A, because there's the A octave. So it'll be 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7. And you're going to drop down to the G string, 5, 7, like that again. Now you're going to change up, alright? And it's going to be the 5th fret and the 8th fret on the next string down, and the 5th fret and the 8th fret on the bottom string, like that. So see, I go through that slowly. So 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. And that is your minor pentatonic. And the way to practice that is to go all the way down and all the way back up. So, keeping your alternative picking going, down, up. Just like that, right? Start slow and work your way up, right? Now, one of the things we're going to add in here, which technically speaking isn't a scale, but I use it, right? But it's not a recognised scale as the blues scale, right? Where what you're doing is you're going 5, 8, but when you drop down you're going to go 5, 6, 7, and you're going to add that chromatic note in there, and you'll hear how it just changes the whole sound of the scale, like that. And then everything else is the same. Or you can start to add in those chromatic notes, which is what I do, right? On these frets. I also like to skip the 6th fret when I'm up, jumping up to an 8th, and I'm going to use the 7th. So it would go 5, 7, 8, like that. So 5, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8. Just gives you a wee bit more. Gives you a wee bit more to play with, right? But that's a basic scale. That was an A. Whatever the first note is, that's what the key of that minor pentatonic is going to be. So I can play it up here at the 12th and make it an E, or I could play it here in the 8th, the 9th, the 8th, and it would be a C, Or, here is my E pentatonic up here. Now if I replace the 12th fret with an open fret, and instead of going like 12, 15 or like 5, 7, you're going to go 0, 3. So 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3. It's the same scale, but it is a lot of like early Skip James blues music, Robert Johnson, John Lee Hooker especially, that sort of stuff is down here. And that's where you hear these chromatic notes come in. Like that. This is a good place to start if you want to learn to solo, is to learn that scale and then go into YouTube and find like a A minor 12 bar blues or something along those lines, or an E blues, which will allow you something to just play along with, but all those notes will fit in. Improvisation is one of those ones that is really daunting the first time you do it, and it's because you are going to get wrong notes. That's it, right? So don't make the first improvisation you ever do in a room full of people, right? Just do it in your room. But like improvising is a thing that I don't think a lot of people spend a lot of time doing. When I say play your guitar, like when I'm talking to people, I say just play your guitar. I'm not saying go home and just play AC/DC. Like I'm saying just pick it up and play it. Like there seems to be this whole thing with guitar and a lot of different stuff, I suppose, but like whereas like you want to go into the framework that someone else has laid out for you, when really what I've always thought as a guitar teacher or a music teacher was my job is to get you to a level where you can understand enough to then just figure it out for yourself. So like learn how to read tab, find a band you love, and the rest will just fall into place. So that's the kind of route that I took into guitar. So what I'm saying is just take that scale and just play it, right? So don't worry about hitting wrong notes and stuff, but just play it. Play along with the notes and stuff. One of the things that you might find easier is to sing the note before you play it. It's a thing that when I went to college to do music, someone told me to try, and I thought would be the most difficult thing ever. And for some reason, like it wasn't as hard as what I thought. And when I done it, there was quite a few folk were like, "How do you do that?" And it's like it's not as hard as what you think. When you know the scale inside out, you're almost just singing what you're playing because you know where you're going, kind of thing. So. Like it was just like that, and you can hear a lot of the blues stuff coming through that. Like when you listen to like John Lee Hooker and stuff, Mississippi John Hart, you can hear they'll sing the lines that the guitars are playing, and a lot of that was improvised, and a lot of the live recordings and a lot of the live things that won't exist, that's the way it would have been played and stuff like that. So I would start there. That I think the pentatonic scale is the best place to start, because what it will do is it will make you know, it will help you realise what way you want to go. Whether you want to be a lead player, whether you want to be someone who like knows enough and just kind of works on the one sort of style, or whether you're a person who wants to go right into the maths behind it and the way that it works. But the pentatonic's a good place to start because it's for both. You can kind of jump between the two of them. There are a lot of people who play with Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, all these different scales will always revert back to the pentatonic at some point. So they will. So there we go, that's it. That's an introduction to scales on guitar. It's a good place to start. And if you listen to rock and roll, you'll hear a lot of those sounds start to come out, especially like Tony Iommi's playing, Jimi Hendrix is playing, Slash, you'll hear the pentatonic, you'll hear it's the backbone of that sort of thing. So yeah, that's it. Well, thank you very much for your time, and go and just play your guitar or your bass or whatever it is, and don't worry so much about every time you play up having to play something you already know. Just try making some stuff up and you'll be surprised how it goes. Okay, thank you.